Okay. At least I got a little bit of a lengthy target. But next time in the future too funny... Yeah, this guy? He is serious. You want me to do a commentary on this guy? Well, thank goodness it's not his top 10 list. Okay, let's go. What the? Rants a wreck? Okay, what the hell is that supposed to mean? A series of detailed rants by detailed my ass. Rant a wreck Productions presents a video in orchestration of B3 Entertainment starring Dylan Guptil. Okay. Guptil, your intro is not epic, neither does it look cool. The issue guptil89 has on certain game reviewers on YouTube. Okay.
We all have things that tick us off in life. For example, bullies, drugs, and hard-to-control children.
Let's not forget you.
I can ignore all of these things. However, there's one thing that's been bothering me that I can't ignore.
More important than immature children, more important than bullies, more important than even the worst of the ones you've mentioned, and that is drug dealing. Alright, I got my epic fail cats ready for you. What is it?
I'm talking about these users my age end up showing their complete lack of thoughtfulness when reviewing a video game.
Are you basically inclining that you're having a problem with adults your age and up reviewing a video game while throwing in stuff like coarse language? Now, guys, how the hell is that supposed to work? Because ain't the majority of games that come out these days are normally, I don't know, rated 12 and up? Rarely will you see any games that are rated E or E10 or 8 or 5 and up or 3 and up or U or whatever the fuck kind of rating system you have in whatever continent you have. Yeah. So that's the reason why. You're basically inclining because of that one in particular reason. Yeah, dude, there's a reason for all of that.
It's like someone pursuing a PhD but only reads comic books. There are 3 things that I can't stand. First of all, a few of them don't use a script.
It's something called improvising, mate. Haven't you seen something called, oh, I don't know, Whose Line Is It Anyways? A fucking hilarious, a really good and a really hilarious show. I highly recommend you guys check it out. Basically what happens is that every actor on that show improvises. They do whatever they can to make the audience laugh. Alright?
I wonder if they have written down any notes at all.
Look, mate, do you really want me to explain how improvising works again? Seriously?
Secondly, many of them don't edit the footage in the videos. It's basically footage that occurs as if you turned on the video game console and started to play from start to finish.
By the time I got the video off you, the criticism that you took, you said that you agreed that it was a Let's Play, but it was a review in the style of a Let's Play. How the fuck does that work, Guptil? There is no reviewer or video game reviews out there that behave like a Let's Play. You're either watching a Let's Play, a playthrough, a walkthrough, or a review. Those are the only categories that you'll see that represent a video game of those particular types. If there is supposed to be a walkthrough as well as a review mixtured into one, then that's just highly impossible. You cannot do it in that sort of way. You'll explain only little amounts of things whilst you're playing through the game, whilst at the same time you're trying to concentrate in it, and that's the style of a walkthrough or playthrough or Let's Play. Yeah. So that's basically what you're inclining. That's a Let's Play, walkthrough, or playthrough, not an actual review.
And the third one is the worst of the worst.
Oh joy, here we go.
I'm sure some folks will object to this complaint. The worst part about these guys is repeated profanity and vulgar actions.
Ah, great, I thought you would be doing something like this. Look, mate, cursing is going to be found wherever you'll go. No matter how hard you try, if you try ranting on it to try and get rid of the stuff, it won't go away, and it will stay with us forevermore. Secondly of all, you're a fucking hypocrite. You wanna know why? You've been saying on the internet that in one of your GTA video game guides that your video contained coarse language. Yeah, hypocritical much, methinks?
Thought so. But let me explain. When you don't script yourself, you sound boring with a lot of uhs, ums, and many pauses.
I guess he saw this guy.
The Nintendo Shit Cube! Now, the reason I call it the Nintendo Shit Cube.
To be more specific, how would you like it if a radio or TV announcer started telling a story and had no idea how he or she would tell it? With all the stammering and time wasting, wouldn't it make you want to change the channel? We usually only get to see the first few levels of the game you're reviewing. That doesn't always show us the troubled points you're describing. Sometimes people watching would want to see the later levels. I certainly would.
Okay, mate, pay attention to me, and pay attention to me really well. If there are some reviews out there that only show you the first level, that's to show their frustration on the game's difficulty. If a game is too hard, alright? I mean, a prime example would be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Do you even understand why now that people only tend to show the first levels? Huh? Do you?
I don't want to see someone continuously failing to pass a stage or level and having to start over.
I do not want to repeat myself about reviews, walkthroughs, or playthroughs from earlier on. Go back to that statement.
The third problem, profanity and disgrace.
Hold on! This was supposed to be a rant about video game reviewers. So why the hell are you bringing the nostalgia critic, a movie reviewer, into these myths? Granted, he has only reviewed one game, but still, he's a movie reviewer. Why the hell are you comparing him to video game reviewers?
Actions is the #1 reason why most game reviewers are hard to enjoy. This problem raises a big question.
First off, I kind of agree with where you're getting at with the video game reviewers throwing out curse after curse after curse after curse. That does get somewhat annoying. However, some video game reviewers actually learned how to balance these curse words so that they can make them unpredictable and enjoyable. Secondly of all, what question?
Do you absolutely think it is necessary to spew out dirty language and have it bounce off a viewer's eardrums?
The fucking bastard doesn't even know what the fuck he's on about. Fuck you, you shit. Fuck. In the name of fuck off. Okay, I'm really sorry for doing that. But for some reason I just felt like the need of saying it. Yeah, mate, people at times like to hear dirty language in video game reviews, or curse language. It shows off how angry they are a little bit more. Well, except if you're the irate gamer. Either way, yeah, that's how it works.
I mean, think about it for a minute or two.
How about new, you crazy Dutch bastard?
Do you want to know why dirty language is a huge deal?
Good God in heaven, Newbie, there are just so very many ways for me to say this to you. Never, not in a million years, absolutely not. No way, Jose, no chance, Lance, and yet, negatory, nah, and of course my own personal favorite of all time, man falling off of a cliff. No! Dr. Cox?
It's mostly because of two important points. The first point is, the inappropriate words being launched out of your oral cavity like bullets just make you sound quite unintelligent and not even funny in the slightest.
Oh, I highly doubt that, mate.
Too many reviewers' favorite words are the F words, the A words, and the S word. Those words have basically replaced every possible adjective, noun, and interjection imaginable. I feel as if people are devoted to these words as if they were awesome presidents or prime ministers. Honestly, guys, can't you think of something better to say?
Hey, it's not your choice to say whether anybody should swear or not when they're doing a video game review. If you want to have a video game review where nobody swears, then find video game reviewers that don't swear, or do video game reviews of your own where you do not swear. Alright?
Or a better way to say it, swear words are just a crutch!
How are they?
Besides, you should really take this into consideration. It's also the second point I want to make. There are children who use the internet.
You need to shut the fuck up!
Like I said earlier on, the majority of games that come out these days are normally M-rated games, 18-based games, or whatever, depending on the kind of country you're in. Yeah, that's the reason why coarse language is often used in reviews like that. It's also used in reviews of games that are literally far too hard for people to just endure. So they often throw out the curses in a pretty balanced way to show how mad they are with the game. So yeah, do you see now why they use coarse language? They use it at points like those.
That's right, I said children. What if a kid stumbled upon your review and started reciting out loud, "This game is a piece of shit. I can't stand this crap anymore. I'm done. Have a nice day."
Did I miss something here? Was something funny said?
They'll be sent to their room with soap in their kissers, along with a glass of water and a bucket.
Soap in their mouths, a glass of water, and a bucket. What? Someone please tell me how the fuck that is supposed to make sense.
Don't you realize that when a child hears other people cuss, he or she will think that it's cool?
Trust me, mate, they'll understand what swear words will be as soon as they hit the age of high school years. As soon as they do that, they'll be getting into coarse language very quickly. They won't hear it because of the internet. No, they will hear it because of other teenagers in high school firing them out like there's no tomorrow.
Don't you want to set a better example than that? Hey kids, guess what? It's alright for you to mimic me, because I have amazing talent. So forget about Fred and Smosh. Watch my videos. You'll be cooler than they are.
Not funny, plus not funny, equals not fucking funny! If you want a joke to work, you need humor. Don't you know that?
Impersonating Darkness the Curse like that was one of the biggest fails I've seen in my entire life.
Oh, man. I sure don't want to say that again.
Then may I ask, why the hell did you put it in the video?
Whew. To put it simply, using profanity and vulgarity during a review of a video game is unnecessary. It's also just plain boring. Wrong! This suggestion is directed towards 3 reviewers that people seem to pay the most attention to. Chris Bors, the irate gamer, James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, and Douglas Darian Walker, that guy with the glasses.
Must I explain to you once again that Doug reviews movies and not video games?
I have an idea. Why don't you revise some of your reviews when you get the chance? Sure, it's a truckload of work, but if you do that, you might just end up with more fans.
Wait a minute. You're saying that the fan base is judged solely upon them cursing instead of them elaborating? Yeah, Guptil, you're a fucking idiot.
Right now you might either be throwing a hissy fit or wondering, what would be a good review to watch? Well, luckily, I know 4 places on the net where civilized behavior is found. Nightwing01's YouTube channel page, Strange Gamer's channel page, GameSpot.com,
Never.
and GameTrailers.com. That's a total of only 4 places on the net, and on one hand, where civilized reviews can be found. Think about it.
Exactly how many times do you want me to think?
Who wants to hear a person my age or older shout loudly and curse like a sailor over a video game?
Despite the fact that it might be... You know what? Forget it. I've already explained this to you all once before, alright?
Your parents tell you to stop shouting over a game when you're young, and at your age, that info should be hardwired to your cerebrum. Even though you're acting, the cursing is abrasive and tiresome. Let me assure you, I like the work of James Rolfe, Chris Bors, and Douglas Walker.
Look, you see, mate, this is where the point of your rant comes to a complete halt. You want to know why? You're saying you like the work of James Rolfe, Chris Bors, and Doug Wallace. That kills the entire rant, since they curse.
However, there are a few things about those reviewers that make them less enjoyable. Take Mr. Rolfe's work, for instance. He puts his reviews up on 3 different websites. GameTrailers.com, ScrewAttack.com,
Fuck ScrewAttack.com. I'll give you the reasons why I hate them right now. They act like fanboys. The reason why is because I can explain it for most of their top 10s, explained in a nutshell. They complain about character designs and not being linear to the classics. That's it. That's ScrewAttack in a nutshell. They behave like fanboys. Hence the reason why I don't like them. And besides, a prime example is their top 10 unnecessary reboots, when they said that the reboot of Bionic Commando was not put on because of gameplay. No! They put it on because they didn't use the same old Duke Nukem-like character design. Do you even now know why I despise ScrewAttack.com? They don't even elaborate on gameplay, the important part of the game.
and Cinemassacre.com. All reviews I've seen are flooded with swears and common crude phrases. His movie summaries on Cinemassacre.com are similar, except that they are not as loaded with bad language as his AVGN videos. Even if Rolfe is part of an R-rated movie site, there is no need to include things like, they'll kick your ass till shit comes out your ears.
There's a rating system there for a purpose, you know. It's to show the parents what age category is for that specific person. It's not to show that it's for all ages, alright?
I can understand crude jokes and many swears in an R-rated movie or mature-rated game, since it's authentic for where the action takes place. However, in a game review, not to mention a movie or TV show review, the included vulgarity and profanity is out of line in place. If these guys used their intellect as well as their talent, the audience scale would broaden out beyond 12 to 15-year-olds. Thanks a ton to everyone who has watched this.
Since it was nothing but thank yous at the end, I'll just skip this bit, because the rant is... over! But we are not done with him, because we've got one more rant of his that we're going to have a look at, and thank God it's shorter than this one. So I'll see you in the next commentary, guys. Good night.